Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. 1,000 Pound Sisters star Chris Combs has inspired many people with his weight loss journey. Aside from his transformation, the 44-year-old has also been a very supportive sibling. He often gives advice and is believed to be the glue that holds the family together. However, some Redditors think he's going too far with Tammy, making him look like an enabler. Keep reading to see the discussion. 1,000 Pound Sisters, Chris Combs shares new project ahead of skin removal surgery. The latest episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters featured Chris and Tammy's visit to Dr. Turner, hoping to get approval for excess skin removal surgery. Chris wants the surgery to proceed as soon as possible due to the risk of infection. However, it will be an expensive procedure, and it seems Chris is already preparing to save. Recently, he shared that he will attend Vet City Con as a special guest. It's his first convention appearance, and many are excited to meet him in person. Chris slammed for being Tammy's enabler. Some Redditors discussed why Chris Combs may be Tammy Slatton's enabler. According to the poster, they're curious about why Chris takes up Tammy so much, adding that he was ready to leave the 5K run because she wanted to get away from Amanda. Others agreed that Chris tolerated Tammy's behavior. Some also hope that the 1,000 Pound Sisters star will soon snap and tell Tammy to finally reconcile with her sister, but several commenters think it's the only way he could think of to maintain peace in the family, especially as the oldest sibling. Agree, but I think Chris doesn't hate Tammy, just feels responsible. But when he said that about having to take Tammy home, I thought, why? Why do you have to rush to take her home? He needs to learn to say no. I completely agree with this. Love Chris, but he is the worst kind of enabler for her. Tammy and Amanda fight and Tammy loses housing over it. Chris gives her another living option instead of forcing her to reconcile with Amanda and keep her housing. Because he's the oldest and he's trying to keep the peace. As one of the oldest in a group of 7, I completely understand that. As much as his enabling of Tammy's bad behavior bothers me, I think it's really inspiring that Chris was so motivated about the 5K. He's been parenting her his whole life. He may be her brother, but he's effectively Amy and Tammy's dad. I think he grew up having to be the gentle hand of support, and as an adult he's turned into an enabler. 1,000 Pound Sisters, Chris Combs' new goals with siblings. Aside from their weight loss journey, Chris also made a new discovery with Amy in the previous episode of Season 6. The 1,000 Pound Sisters stars discovered they may be related to the Queen of England. Due to this, the siblings decided to go on a trip to London to learn more about their family history. Tammy wasn't on board with the plan due to her ongoing feud with Amanda. But she had no other choice but to join. The upcoming episode will feature their first few days in the UK. The TLC reality series 1,000 Pound Sisters has captivated audiences with the weight loss journeys of Amy and Tammy Slatton, but their brother Chris Combs has also become a central figure in the show. Initially praised for his tough love approach and dedication to helping Tammy lose weight, Chris has recently faced backlash from fans who accuse him of enabling her unhealthy behaviors. While his intentions may stem from love and concern, critics argue that his actions, such as rescuing Tammy from rehab, providing constant transportation, and even renovating a house for her, have hindered her independence. This deep dive explores the complexities of Chris and Tammy's relationship, the accusations of enabling, and whether Chris's support has done more harm than good. Chris Combs, from fan favorite to enabler. 1. The rise of Chris as the family's voice of reason. When Chris first appeared on 1,000 Pound Sisters, he quickly became a fan favorite. Unlike his sisters, who often engaged in petty arguments, Chris was seen as the stabilizing force in the Slatton family. His own weight loss transformation inspired viewers, and his no-nonsense approach to Tammy's struggles earned him respect. He pushed her to take responsibility for her health, even when she resisted. However, as the show progressed, cracks began to show in Chris's tough love strategy. While he still advocated for Tammy's weight loss, his actions sometimes contradicted his words, leading fans to question whether he was truly helping her or just preventing her from facing consequences. 2. The turning point: Chris's role in Tammy's rehab exit. One of the most controversial moments came in 1,000 Pound Sisters Season 3, when Tammy decided to leave rehab before reaching her goal weight. Despite disagreeing with her decision, Chris picked her up from the facility, effectively enabling her premature departure. Fans were furious, arguing that he should have refused to assist her if he truly wanted her to succeed. Why did Chris go and pick her up at Rehab Place? One Reddit user questioned, while another added, Chris and Amy definitely should have left her there. They need to stop enabling the situation. This incident marked a shift in how viewers perceived Chris. Instead of holding Tammy accountable, he appeared to prioritize her immediate comfort over her long-term health. 3. Housing Tammy, a generous gesture or another form of enabling. After Tammy's fallout with sister Amanda, Chris stepped in to provide her with a place to live. He purchased and renovated a house for her, but the process caused tension in his marriage with Brittany, who was frustrated by the sudden changes to their plans. While some saw this as a brother's selfless act, others argued that it reinforced Tammy's dependence on her family. Instead of encouraging her to find her own housing solutions, Chris took on the responsibility himself, despite Tammy's history of conflicts with roommates and landlords. There's no reason for Tammy to become independent when her brother will simply do the work for her every time, one critic noted. 4. The chauffeur dilemma. Should Chris stop driving Tammy everywhere? Another point of contention is Chris's role as Tammy's primary mode of transportation. Though he has tried to teach her to drive, Tammy remains resistant, leaving Chris to shuttle her to appointments, grocery stores, and social events. Some fans believe that cutting off this convenience would force Tammy to take initiative, whether by learning to drive, using public transportation, or finding alternative solutions. What Chris needs to do is simply stop driving Tammy around. The only way Tammy will understand the need for transportation is when transportation is no longer at her beck and call, argued a Collider article. 5. The strain on Chris's marriage. Chris's dedication to Tammy hasn't come without personal costs. His wife, Brittany, has expressed frustration over how much time and energy he devotes to his sister, sometimes at the expense of their own household. The tension peaked when Tammy temporarily moved in with them, further disrupting their family dynamics. Living with Tammy could cause problems between her and Chris, one report warned, noting that Brittany had already voiced concerns about the arrangement. Is Chris really an enabler or just a supportive brother? The case for Chris's defense. Not all viewers believe Chris is an enabler. Some argue that his actions come from a place of love and fear, worried that if he doesn't step in, Tammy might spiral further. Fear of Tammy's self-sabotage. Chris has seen Tammy struggle with addiction, depression, and self-destructive behaviors. If he refuses to help, she might turn to worse alternatives, e.g., unhealthy eating, isolation. Family loyalty. The Slattons have a tight-knit but dysfunctional dynamic. Chris may feel obligated to help, even when it's not the healthiest choice. Tammy's progress. Despite the criticism, Tammy has lost a significant amount of weight, reportedly 500 pounds, and Chris has played a role in that success. The counterargument: tough love versus enabling. However, psychologists often distinguish between support and enabling. Support encourages growth and accountability. Enabling removes consequences, allowing destructive behaviors to continue. By always being Tammy's safety net, Chris may unintentionally reinforce her dependence rather than fostering true independence. Can Chris change his approach? Chris Combs is clearly a devoted brother, but his methods have drawn increasing scrutiny. For Tammy to achieve lasting independence, Chris may need to step back and let her face challenges on her own, even if it's uncomfortable for both of them. The debate over whether he's an enabler or just a caring sibling highlights the complexities of familial support in weight loss journeys. While his heart is in the right place, fans and experts alike suggest that real growth for Tammy might require less rescuing and more tough love. As 1,000-Pound Sisters continues, viewers will be watching to see if Chris adjusts his approach or if Tammy's progress remains hindered by the very support system meant to help her. Final thoughts. A call for balanced support. The line between helping and enabling is thin, and Chris's situation serves as a cautionary tale for families dealing with addiction or extreme weight issues. True support sometimes means saying no, even when it's painful. For now, the question remains, will Chris Combs change his ways, or will Tammy's dependence continue to strain their relationship and her progress? Only time and future episodes will tell.